Hello everyone, my name is CantDoGames and welcome back to the Weird News. Sorry I didn't upload yesterday, I had a break, I have a minute there, just have a day or two, I don't record, I just sit there and chill, play World of Warcraft, watch TV, let my brain have a little break. Welcome back to the Weird News. Today we've got some naughty drugged up monks, a woman faking her pregnancy to get people off the plane illegally, and also a protester regretting his actions. Finally, that's all to come on today's Weird News. I hope you stick around. I hope you enjoy. Let's do this. Search for 14 people who ran from plane after emergency landing forced by a woman faking she was about to give birth. When I first read this, I thought, she's scared of flying, so she wanted to make something up. But then they're saying about searching for 14 people who ran. Now that's a bit curious. That's a bit interesting. It's like, why did they run? Like, maybe when they landed, they thought shit would have been caught because they probably don't have a passport, maybe, or something like that. Could be wrong. But Spanish police are searching for 14 people who ran from the commercial plane after an emergency landing, which was forced by a woman faking that she was about to give birth. Pegasus Airlines flight from Morocco to Turkey landed at Alicante El Prat Airport on Wednesday afternoon after the woman claimed she was going into labour. Authorities said that once the plane touched down, a group of 28 people exited and tried to flee. Probably because they don't want to see her giving birth. Come on. Giving birth isn't a pretty sight, you don't want to be in the plane, you're there on the plane just like, and it emergency lands, you're like, fuck, and then all you hear is a woman going, and you look over and you just see, all that shit. I would be fucking trying to get out the plane beforehand it even lands, because I don't want to see that shit. Police managed to stop half of the group. About 14 escaped officers at the airport and remained at large. The woman who doctors later found was pregnant but not about to give birth was arrested on suspicion of public disorder offensive. Spanish authorized said 5 of the people who were caught agreed to be put back on a flight from Morocco city of Casablanca to Istanbul. Alright, fair enough. So they went back. The rest are being proceeded for non-admissions to Spain. So yeah, they got on illegally. They didn't pay their admissions or anything like that. But was she in it? Was she on this as well? Or was it like just all bad timing? According to authorities, it is suspected that along with the women who allegedly faked giving birth will be put on another Pegasus flight out of the country. The Spanish government officer did not reveal the nationalities of the passengers. A total of 228 passengers had been on the jet, which eventually landed in Istanbul at 1:10 p.m. local time, 10:10 a.m. UK time, after a delay of over 3 hours, according to the flightradar.com. It comes after a similar incident more than a year ago, in which a group of passengers flying from Casablanca to Istanbul fled their plane onto the runway in the Spanish islands of Mexico following an emergency landing under a false pretext. Out of 24 who disembarked, 12 of them were arrested while 12 others escaped. So it really was all planned. They just planned it out. That's really intriguing that they planned it all out like that, Cool, but it's also like it's like it makes you think. It's like, well, if she was actually pregnant, why would you risk it? Why would you risk, you're doing all that shit just for that? It's I don't understand people sometimes. Like, there's some things you can do that's so much easier and, you don't have to worry about. But then you just got idiots like this who are just like, yeah, let's go do that. That'd be fun. Alright, because it's Sky News, that their articles aren't that big. Tian Temple left without any monks after they all failed drug tests. Every single monk in the temple were drugged up to shit. Not surprising because of the herbs and materials they use. So of course they're going to fail at the drug test, aren't they? It's just kind of like a normal thing. It's like seeing not being stereotypical or anything like that, but like when some people when you see like someone who's a Jamaican and that, you instantly think they smoke weed or something. It's just that. That's all it is. So it's not really a surprising thing. I think it's funny, but it's not surprising. 4 monks, including the abbot, were forced to leave the monkhood after urine tests showed evidence of illegal drugs, the Bangkok Post reported. The small religious site in Petra Doom provided was raided by police and health officers on Monday. Fucking hell, can you imagine? That's weird. Loads of police people, like officers, raiding a temple for drugs. It's like, oh, it's just something you see out of a movie normally. Suppose the monks then get up and kick their asses or what? I know, wait, that's Tibetan monks, not these ones. Never mind. The departure of the monks has caused consternation in the local community, which relies on them for religious functions. There has also been a concern about what will happen to the several dogs and cats that also live in the temple. Wait, what? There's animals? District officers have reached out to the monastic chief of Bang Sam Pan district, who promises to assign some monks to the temple. Yeah, you're gonna need to. That's insane. No, it's just like out of nowhere, there's some monks have been arrested because they were drugged up. Just Stop Oil Protestor says the M25 stunt ruined his life. Of course it's going to ruin your life because you're going to get arrested, you fucking dumbass. And also, you're going to stop people from living their lives and getting money for doing just their job. Yes, they're doing oil and yes, it's damaging the world or something, but people need to work to feed their families and themselves. You protesting like a twat will stop that and interrupt them, and you are damaging people's lives as well. So this is sort of like karma in a way, and you kind of, well, depends really on what it is that's happened, but this is karma, mate. A Just Stop Oil protester has admitted that his M25 stunt has ruined his life. Alfred Beswick has been taking part in one of the many of the environmental activist groups protests in recent months. The aim of the group is to call upon the government to tackle fossil fuel usage in the UK, but unfortunately their demonstrations have been causing disturbances across the country. From stopping traffic to throwing soup over a Van Gogh sunflower painting, Just Stop Oil has earned itself a fair few enemies along the way. Oh yeah, they have. I went mad when they did that one about the about throwing the was it soup over the painting. I was like, why the fuck would you do that? This is especially true for the people who've missed important events such as family funerals due to the disturbances caused by its members. As for Alfred, he took part in the protest on the 8th of November, which aimed to close the M25 and demand to end new gas and oil projects and start working towards a renewable energy. But the 26-year-old climbed onto a gantry above the junction 22 and was swiftly arrested for causing a public nuisance. In an update shared on Wednesday, 7th of December, Just Stop Oil wrote, Alfred Biswick, 26, pleaded guilty and was granted bail. He is due to be released from custody later today after a stay for 30 days. He will return to court on January the 18th. This bridge to the 24, the number of the Just Stop Oil supporters in prison on the remainder of the services sentences for taking action to demand that the government halt new oil and gas licenses. It's stupid. It's like you're just gonna get arrested. You're gonna have people hate you. You might even get people who be very aggressive because you have some very angry drivers who could be tired, and you've just got them stuck in like a queue or traffic jam. You're dead, mate. According to the Times, the activists appeared at Southwark Crown Court on Thursday, the 8th of December, defence and described how the incident had ruined his life. The judge said Alfred had been demonstrating genuine remorse for what he had done and granted him bail until his sentences next year, so long as he stays within his area and sleeps at his house in Hackney. Yeah, instead of like sleeping on a bridge or something or a road. Back in October, Just Oil protesters were accused of having blood on their hands after their Dartford crossing demonstration. A stranded motorist and a woman who stopped to help them were killed on a hard shoulder of the M20 near Swansea when a car drove into them. Oh crap. The ambulance team took 40 minutes to reach the scene due to the tailbacks on the motorway that many were using to avoid the commotion caused by Dartford crossing protests. The incident happened at 8:20 a.m. on Monday the 17th of October when a BMW went across 3 lanes and hit the woman on the hard shoulder, one of them whom was a GP and was not named. The other woman was a mum of 3 called Lisa Webster. Mark Heap, 54, who pulled over to help the women and was also injured, spoke from his hospital bed to the Sun. They may not have intended to hurt anyone, but they have got blood on their hands now, he said. Without the protests, the emergency services might have been able to get there in time to save the woman. Mick Neville, who used to work for the Met, also echoed these sentiments and said of the incident, they may not have directly caused the M20 accident, but had their irresponsible demo not taken place, the woman and van driver probably not have been there. Yeah, so you're causing problems and dramas. You really need to stop protesting, people. There's ways of protesting, but don't do it in a way that you're going to disturb people's lives and what. Just go outside the fucking government like old people just doing, write some signs and just going, yeah. Just do that, or just shut up and let the world die. It's already fucking dying anyways. Okay, that was today's weird news. I really hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment with your thoughts and opinions down below. Subscribe if you're new, and also check if you're subscribed, because sometimes I'm very unsubscribed people after a certain amount of time if you haven't watched in a while. Yada yada yada. The video wasn't all crazy today because there hasn't been really much on the news. It's mostly just been about football and snow. It's not really anything weird about that. So. But hopefully we'll get some weird news over the week. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.